arcane marks you indicated would be there.
So? Marks of what? Specifics, please, or I'll get the gardener to handle my errands from now on.
Master Algernon, you did not say what this place was, only what to look for. As you have said, it is one thing to find a place, and quite another thing to know about it at all.
It seems so. What a relief. Though I could have used some dragon blood and some lich dust, and there's no way I'd go hunting for reagents like that. No thank you. But yes, I seem to recall asking for this. Well done, Algernon, I say. Which I do. Good for me. Wouldn't you agree? Well, there were two things I felt would be essential in a haven. Secrecy and its ties to the court of Neverwinter. Secrecy means a place that cannot be scryed. So I hired several diviners in my employ to scan a selected area based on shipments of reagents to a few obscure locations indicated in the court records. Quite simple, really.
Sure looks buried deep within the mountains.
Oh, well, I'm not certain it's there, but if I were to guess where one would place a labyrinth of death traps, well, mountains are always a good source of stone. Labyrinths need walls, you know, and stone walls seem to be favored.
Great. Can we go now? My ancestors' death-filled labyrinth awaits, apparently.
Master Algernon, there was more to the map, and what the diviners found. Even with the wards, the concentration of infernal magics there.
Oh, trust me, demons shouldn't pose any problems, especially for a well-trained, armed, spirited group like that. Now, if you had told me that those men at Crossroad Keep had completed that terrible ritual of shadows, then I would be concerned.
King of Shadows. Captain of Crossroad Keep, I am pleased to report that our findings from the quest you sent us on gather information about the King of Shadows. We ventured south into the Mare of Dead Men. Our goal was to head straight to the Vale of Merdelaine, where we were supposed to find many answers about this King of Shadows. The journey to the Mare was chock full of good times, pleasant weather, the road, and accommodating barmaids, and most of the inns we came across. Why, June even bought a pet ferret at a bargain price from a one-eyed merchant. She named the ferret Pogo. But more on that later. Pogo the ferret, I like that. So, yeah, that's how you're supposed to get familiars. Fortunately, before we got far into the Mare, we were chased by some crazed druids. After eluding them, Elaine? We decided to camp for the night. We all felt tired as the Walking Dead by that point, but I still insisted that Maxwell take first watch. Not long into the night, Maxwell's scream and woke us. He was running around the camp with an undead Pogo clamped on his left boot. Though tears of regret, Juin uttered a cantrip that sent Pogo skittering off into the underbrush. Aw, poor Pogo. Deeper into the Mare than we dared venture. We all talked about what happened as we hastened north from the Mare. Juin said that he believes the proximity to the Vale of Merdelaine turned poor Pogo into a member of the walking skittering dead. Skittering dead. We agreed that had we not been disturbed from our slumber, we might have suffered the same fate. I strongly urge you to tell your people to avoid proximity to the Vale of Merdelaine. Boldly yours, Darren and Company. P.S. Should you encounter an undead ferret, please put the poor thing out of its misery. I'll do that. Poor Pogo. So we're working on land security now. Assigned to training. Hopefully she can train people a little more. I'm gonna have to look up and see where the other sergeants are. You know, the land security did not get helped by me failing that.
Metallurgy, thaumaturgy, yes, you heard me. Building a golem, I hope, will serve thee. No, that rhyme doesn't quite work, does it? Maybe if I use alchemy...
Either way, it won't work. That construct you're messing with, Gnome, it's dangerous.
Ah, this is in safe hands, Sir Bishop. Gnome hands, as it were, being my name.
How reassuring. I'll be sure to remind myself who's to blame when it turns on us.
Oh, there is little fear of that. I think. Any accomplished craftsman takes care to put safety wards so that they might command their own creation.
That's as comforting as leaving the village idiot in charge of a trebuchet.
Oh, come now. That's hardly a proper analogy. It's more like leaving the village idiot in charge of a huge savage, nearly unstoppable wolf, who can only understand simple commands like kill, or stop killing, or, oh no, put both halves of that man down this instant. But really, this blade golem is such a gentle, unassuming creature. It would never do something so horrible, would you? Construct? Would you?
So what you're saying is if you're killed, we have no way of shutting this thing down.
Oh, no. The words of command aren't cued to my voice. Only the words matter. Much like one would utter when using a wand, staff, or other device. Anyone can use them. It's only a matter of knowing what they are. I imagine that's how the construct was issued its orders from its awful masters.
Hate to have that happen again, provided they don't already have the backup wards already in place. That's what I would do.
You really think they might?
It always pays to have a second who knows the commands, Gnome. Especially if there's any chance the creator could be killed or wiped out. Otherwise, you're leaving yourself vulnerable.
I hadn't considered that. But what if I was harmed, unconscious, or, my word, even killed? Why, the consequences could prove disastrous.
They could. But you could always take precautions, provided you knew someone you could trust.
Traitor! What? I didn't say anything. Nothing at all. Bishop's sure getting around, isn't he? Construction is complete. Eager to hear what you... I think the next thing is 100,000. Sturdy as to keep is truly defensible. Bigger. Can make the tower's outer walls with arrow slits. Quite ingenious pieces of mine. 75,000, 10,000, and yeah, whatever. Improve my keep. I don't care if I go broke in the process, which is what I'm doing. I do believe that's the green level of upgrades for this. Bishop, stop talking to people. You're not allowed.
A moment of your time, Captain. Your orders to patrol the surrounding lands has attracted the attention of a former bailiff named Ziffer.
Well met, Captain, well met. Your Kana here is right. I've been looking to start a small village, and what you've done here, well, I think the land will flourish with you in charge. If you ask me, you've got more sense than many a lord, so I...
Ziffer wants us to sign a village charter allowing him to start a community here. I talked with Sir Naval. Even though you are just a squire, Lord Nasher has left the matter in your hands. I fear I am not the best equipped to answer that. But
a charter determines what duty is owed by the village folk and what duty is owed by the lord. If you were a lord, duties owed by you is what I mean. Regardless, you get to carry out the lord's tax, and we get your protection. I wouldn't have even come here if you hadn't made clear that you mean to make your lands a better place.
Ziffer's accounting is correct, Captain.
Implications?
There are, Captain. Outside the keep's borders, bandits, beasts, and monsters wait. Villages offer tempting targets for some of them, and we'll need to continue our patrols to make sure they remain safe.
We're sort of counting on that, Captain. If things get too rough. Most of us are farmers, although a few of us have some training with weapons and the like. If it gets too rough, they'll move to safer land, even if it's less fertile than the patch we're looking at.
Show me the charter.
Certainly, Captain, certainly.
Your study of trade, you are well familiar with village charters. The only questionable version you find is, they permit tithes at green grass and high harvest tide.
Lord Nasher increased the frequency of taxes greatly after the war with Luskan. Also, there are certain provisions that could be added that would result in more revenue for the keep. The main one would be tithing use of the miller's wheel, which is often sought after by landed knights and lords.
That.
But the charter was carefully thought out. Surely you don't mean to change important provisions? Well, I suppose we can change it at that. You are a shrewd one, Captain. I'll concede your terms. Even the lords due at the milling wheel.
Ready to make my decision.
The only thing remaining, Captain, is whether you'll sign their charter and allow the village to form on our lands.
Sign it.
You won't regret this, Captain. If any of your patrols are near the village, they can expect a warm welcome, and you too.
The keep has already come a long way. We need to patrol the land regularly to keep the village secure. Especially right now. Otherwise, they'll leave.
Oh, it's what I'm doing, patrolling the land. A large tribe of bugbears has been swarming about our eastern border. Doubt they'll ever threaten the trade road, they are too cowardly for that, but if we don't strike at them, they may become bold and begin raiding our lands in greater numbers. Know if you want to organize them in to deal with this. Land security low, road security average, fortifications reinforced towers. Armor decent. I don't like the fact that our unit strength is very low, though. I really gotta find the guy who upgrades weapons. I forgot who it is. I'd have to find ore for that, too. Who could it be? I don't remember. Well, we'll worry about that next time, guys. For now, I'm gonna call it here, and I will talk to you guys later on. Went a lot longer than I intended. Jeez, I'm just recording like crazy lately. You guys take care. Bye-bye for now.